Welcome back to my channel, Being Chris. I'm Crystal, and on this channel, we discuss who I'm growing to be after becoming a wife and a mom. I have been subscribed to a few quilting channels and sewing channels for a while, and I really got sucked into it that I needed to make something of a quilting pattern. I guess it started when we lived in Georgia and I made the patchwork bag for my daughter. And well, it wasn't a patchwork bag. It was a quilted bag, tote bag for her birthday, and she loved it. And ever since then, I've just been itching to do something else. And I've just been watching videos, but not taking the action to actually make something. Good job. Oh, you wrote so neat. Wow. Okay, so put this in your folder. Yes. So I decided to make a computer case for my computer that I got for my birthday. And I needed to use up some scrap fabric that I had. My goal for 2025 is to use up every single fabric that I have in my closet. This has spanned from the time I started sewing to now. And I started sewing about 2008, 2009. I could be wrong. I started... Could be too... Listen. Somewhere along those lines, I started sewing, and I've had fabric since then. So I wanted to use them up, and so I started looking through what I think would look good together. And so I decided on the velvety fabrics, but I kind of wanted green since I'm starting to love green now. And I also loved the way the orange fabric looked with it. So I started cutting up a whole bunch because these were like pieces, these were strips of fabric that I technically can't use for anything. So I decided to use it for the computer bag. And due to my excitement, this is all that I recorded. The look I was going for was an envelope style computer case. However, because of my excitement and my rush of wanting to just complete it, I feel like before I attach the closure, which is the little flap over the bag, I should have realized that it's too thin for the thickness of my computer bag. And so that's the only part that I regret doing. However, overall, it gives it character and it gives it vintage feel. I do follow another, well, she hand sews, but she hand sews, I don't know what it's called. Hold on. Her channel's called Chrissy Crosser, and she basically makes kind journals, bags, albums, and lacy prettiness. Her creations capture a vintage, time-worn, frayed, and tattered appeal. And I thought they were so cute. So that's what this computer pouch is giving. I really do love it, especially with the vintage button. And so because I was just so like rushing to do everything with this specific case, I decided to make my husband's his computer case. But this time I decided to take my time, and I got some footage of that as well. And so for both of the cases, I did use leftover, what's it called? What is that fabric called that I put inside of your case, the computer case, to make it feel neoprene? I'm standing here and I can't figure it out. Like, I literally Googled and I could not figure it out. Okay, thank you. Bye. Love you. Oh, I even asked Nash. I know Nash didn't know, but I just couldn't figure it out. Okay, thank you. Love you. Bye. When in doubt, call your husband. Your husband knows. Okay. Anyway, yes, I used neoprene because I had some leftover from a project that I was doing, and I was like, listen, instead of me going out and buying batting, I'm going to use what I have, hun. And so I used the neoprene and I patted it inside of the quilted fabric that I made, the whole pattern that I did, and then I also lined the neoprene with another leftover fabric that I've made a dress out of, which was actually before that a skirt, which is also on this channel if you want to go back and look at it. And I thought it just gave it so much character, and I just love it so much. I have children. Get this off my bed, please. Thank you. Anyway, so yeah, so look, the neoprene gave it, you know, the extra comfort that my computer would need in the bag. And I just love how everything looks. Like, it just looks so cute. So cute. But again, I wish I would have just made more of this so it would be thicker and cover it. But I just thought it would look cool with the green and how it shimmers with the gold. Which is why I'm like, I should take it out and just put a new flap on it. But I'm like, I just love it. But it just, you know, you can see the flaws. My husband said you can't see it, but I just feel like you can see it, you know? Especially when you know where the mistakes are, you can see it. But all in all, his design came out even better because I took my time and I was very I was very meticulous with how everything looked. So even with the flap, I sewed pieces of the flap before connecting the entire thing and turned it inside out just to see how it would look when it closes, because I wanted his to look a little bit more masculine compared to mine, which mine looks a little girly because of the button. It can kind of look like a purse, and I didn't want that for him. So even with his, I was originally going to put buttons on his, and he picked out the vintage ones that he wanted, but it gave too much woman vibe. You know, I made the executive decision and I opted to put clasp in, or I guess like, what's it called? I have a child, 3 of them, and one of them, I decided to use a hook and eye, 4 of them, to be his closure for his computer case. And I think that worked out even better because it's not so obvious that it's a flap when you just look at the case, and it's hidden underneath, so it blends in easily. I feel like this one came out amazing, to the point where I want a denim computer case. So here is his case, and you can see the thickness of not this part. This part is just the denim texture with I put interfacing inside of this flap and lined it obviously with this fabric, but inside of this part is the neoprene, and it gives it that I don't know how to explain it, but that extra padding that the computer needs. I'm trying to see if I have a piece of neoprene left. There's something in between here. So it gives it like a very bumpy, cushiony feel. And so I was like, when I saw that I still had some of this, I was just like, oh, I can use this to make it the padding for the computer pouch. But you can't tell me this wasn't purchased in a store. I feel like the quality of the time that I took to put into it, girl, you're playing with yourself, you know, make some more of these and sell them. So let me know your thoughts on my computer bags, my computer case. But anyway, the time I spent to make these two items was a few minutes each day. So maybe 20 minutes here, an hour here. I've decided to start making Fridays a sewing day where while my kids are doing independent work, I'm doing that. But also during the week, I would take a few minutes here and there so I can get to the finish point. What I realized from doing that is I get a lot done. I no longer have the free time to spend an entire day on something and finish it within a day. And that's okay, right? My life in this season, it's motherhood and being a homemaker. And so, yes, I prioritize that. However, just taking a few moments to do the things that I love to do is better than 0 minutes. I actually learned that from another sewing channel. Her channel's called Rooney Sewing Patterns, and she's also a mom. And at the time that she said this, she was pregnant with her second child. And I thought, wow, like I should have implemented that method so long ago. I just always felt like if I don't have enough time to finish the whole thing, I don't want to do it. But I realized like that's not my life anymore, you know? And so use what I have. And 2025 has just been so much different once I put that mindset on. And also because I've been waking up earlier and starting my day off with the Lord, getting all of that out, knowing and trusting in Him. And then it seems like my day have been flowing better. Not to say I haven't had bad days, but I've noticed that when I do, you know, have those mornings where I'm focused on God, and then everything that follows is just a way better day. And my message to you is, if there seems to be something that you really want to do, if you're a homemaker, right, and it's something that you want to do within the home, then just take 5 minutes, and as time goes on, start increasing the time. Or if it's something outside of the home, you know, give yourself like 30 minutes and schedule that time with your husband. Because even with me, sometimes I need just a moment to just have fresh air or have a moment to myself and to go on walks. And sometimes I don't want to go on a walk with myself, but there's been a couple of times where I'm like, babe, I'm going to go on a walk. Can you give me like 30 minutes, an hour? And so we figure out what time that is, and then we implement it into my day. And so I want you to know that I am still learning this, but obviously like you can take this strategy and try to see how it works in your life. Let me know if this message helps, and be sure to subscribe to my channel for more videos, and I'll see you in the next one. Just in case I didn't end this video, Crystal, thank you so much for watching. Comment below if you liked both of the pouches, the computer bags, and let me know if I should make more. I did end this video. If I should make more, but showing you guys the step-by-step procedure. And like this video. See you in the next one.